Can Jean Silva save the fighting nerds? Jean Silva will take on Diego Lopes at Noche UFC. Why I think he will win and how in this video. Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Salam alaikum.
Jean Lord Silva, the barking guy in the UFC, kind of like the streamer Speed, always barking around, right? But behind the bark, there's a lot of bite.
You barking up the wrong tree, mother.
No matter how much you doubted Jean Silva in the past, I cannot blame you for doing that because of his outrageous personality. I mean, crying every time he walks to the cage and all the barking before the fights and all of that, and a lot of playable antics during the fight with dabbing his opponent up every 10 seconds, kind of like Wonder Boy, right? But after watching his recent 2 to 3 fights, you cannot doubt this guy anymore. I mean, his grappling has been tested, his striking has been tested, he fought guys all over the place, and he keeps making it look easy. So far, no one really gave him problems, right? On the other hand, you have Diego Lopes, who steamrolled through the division. I mean, he made his debut on short notice against Movsar, who somehow is still undefeated and is waiting for his title shot since forever, right? Even though I don't think he will get it, but that's a whole different topic. But ever since losing that close decision to Movsar on very short notice, he has been steamrolling through the division, of course, until he met Alexander Volkanovski at UFC 314, if I remember right, in Miami. I was there, watched the vlog, and there he kind of met his nemesis in a way, and I would say he lost that fight mainly because of the experience edge of Volkanovski. But I have another little conspiracy that, why did I say conspiracy with a C like that? Anyways.
English, change your language.
Why I think the Volkanovski fight is an indication for why he will lose to Jean Silva. It is a conspiracy, but write your opinions about that in the comments. Look at Volkanovski. The build of Volkanovski. Short, dense.
I didn't see this short guy, bring him here.
Kind of like a short little fire hydrant, right? Which is another fight that he struggled in. Dan Ige, motherfucker. Dan Ige. How is Dan Ige built? Short, dense, like a fire hydrant.
Shorty man. Did it boxing.
How is Jean Silva built? Short, dense, like a fire hydrant, right? I mean, as I said, it's kind of a conspiracy theory, but the only fights that he struggled so far is against they're not short like Henry Cejudo, but they're shorter and they're very dense. Like they're not your Charles Jourdain type of guys who are lanky and like, you know what I mean? They're like really dense and tight, and that sounds sus, but you get the message, right? And I do think that this is the type of person, not necessarily a style, but the type of build that gives him some kind of trouble with the way he likes to fight. Now, on the other hand, if you look at Jean Silva and compare his opponents to Diego Lopes, the guy that comes to mind that is very similar to Diego Lopes in terms of fighting style, build and all of that is Charles Jourdain. Now, Charles Jourdain, who is very tall for featherweight, that's why he moved down to bantamweight, by the way. Won his bantamweight debut, right? He is pretty similar, as I said, in terms of build and even fighting style, even though it's a little bit more kick-heavy than Diego Lopes, like Diego Lopes, right? And if you rewatch that fight, which I just did, and I did not like this fight when it happened because I was always a fan of Charles Jourdain. Back then I didn't know Jean Silva that much, so I was really pissed at Jean Silva for beating Charles Jourdain like he did because he really bullied him.
Don't let him bully your son.
Charles Jourdain is an elite striker. He he made him look like an amateur, Jean Silva did. He does very well against the taller, lankier guys, even in other fights against that type of build. He does very well against them. He has no problem with a reach disadvantage, not at all. Jean Silva is so good at being calm in there, reading everything you do. The Charles Jourdain fight, in my opinion, is the perfect example to watch for you to see that. He sees every kick coming. He makes it look easy. He evades the kicks like a typical Nak Muay in Thailand. Like, pew, pew. Beautiful to see, especially for a Muay Thai freak like me. I love to see that. He's so calm there. His eyes are insane. He sees everything coming and he makes you pay with his counters. It's beautiful to see. Jean Silva is not your typical prospect that knocks everyone out, that rushes in there and just... He's the kind of the exact opposite of Lopes. Lopes loves to just rush in there and just make it a brawl, while Jean Silva stays calm and only attacks when he sees an opening. Even though his antics suggest that he's the bulldog type of guy who just goes in there like in Mike Tyson young days, but he's not. He's very calm, collected, beautiful eyes on sus again, but you get the message. Like, he sees everything coming, he never takes his eyes off you, and he waits for a perfect moment to counter you. He waits for a perfect moment, and the perfect moment always comes for him.
I'm coming!
And even when he gets you hurt, he does not rush, because what you can't do against Diego Lopes is rush him when he's hurt, because Diego Lopes is a dog. Look at the most finishes of Diego Lopes. Most finishes of Diego Lopes come when the opponent allows the dogfight to happen. Look against, what was his face? God damn it, Sadiq Yusuff. Sadiq Yusuff is a phenomenal striker. Got knocked out very quick against Lopes. How did it happen? Sadiq Yusuff allowed the dogfight. Even though Diego Lopes has a long reach, he loves that bam, 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 that dogfight, that close distance dogfight where both guys are swinging. He loves that. He loves to tuck his chin, dip his head, and throw, kind of like Max Holloway likes. Right? That would be a beautiful fight, by the way, Diego Lopes against Max Holloway, even though Max Holloway is 155, but just throwing that out there, right? But I don't see Jean Silva allowing that to happen. Even though he has the shorter reach, I do think he will control the fight from a distance. And when you don't let Diego Lopes brawl, he's not as successful. He has beautiful boxing, beautiful striking. He can definitely knock you out with clean strikes as well. But he does his best work when it gets ugly. And Jean Silva normally does not let it get ugly. He's very smart in there. Even though, as I said, his antics suggest otherwise. Don't let yourself be fooled from his antics. Right? Now, a point that you could bring up is, yeah, but what if Diego Lopes takes him down? If you look at all the Diego Lopes fights, you don't see him shoot often, first of all. Diego Lopes is an amazing grappler. He's the head jiu-jitsu coach at his gym. And his gym is great. Alexa Grasso, all those guys, right, train this gym. But he is not necessarily someone that initiates the grappling. He has no problem taking it to the ground. If you fall down, he will follow up, you know what I mean? He will follow you to the ground, even follow Brian Ortega to the ground, T-City. But he's normally not the offensive wrestler type of person. God damn it, it's early in the morning, guys. But we've seen him do that as well every now and then, quite rarely. One time that comes to my mind is against Dan Ige, motherfucker. Against Dan Ige, he tried once or twice to shoot for a takedown. Was not too successful with it, and you could see that his wrestling is definitely the weakest point in his arsenal. His grappling is phenomenal, his stand-up is phenomenal, but the wrestling is not on the level that you need to take Jean Silva down, in my opinion. Of course, he can take him down in a scramble, whatever. If Jean Silva goes for a swing, he ducks under. Of course, it is possible. He's no slouch, but he's not really a threat with his wrestling in general. And Jean Silva showed against Charles Jourdain that he can be taken down, but against Bryce Mitchell and against Charles Jourdain as well, he showed that his guillotine is absolutely crucial. It's so dangerous, and he has a beautiful getup. Whenever you take him down, he will not just lay there, oh no, what should I do now? Close the guard, hold you, maybe land an elbow or something. He gets up immediately. Beautiful job of framing off and getting up. Right, and to get up from Bryce Mitchell is not that easy. Bryce Mitchell has that grip. Like, his grip is so strong, that farmer strength, and he got up quite easily, right? against Bryce Mitchell when he took him down. And his guillotine is absolutely dangerous, as you saw against Bryce Mitchell. I mean, choking, was it a ninja choke or a guillotine? I don't remember right, but either way, a ninja choke is kind of a power guillotine, so it's also a modified kind of guillotine, right? He's very dangerous with that. Now, in that lies danger for him as well, though, because as you saw with Poirier against BSD, for example, when you jump the gilly and you don't get it, you end up in bottom. And landing on bottom against Diego Lopes is very dangerous. Even though Jean Silva has a good get-up game, as I just mentioned, it is very dangerous to land there against Lopes because Lopes will punish you there. With strikes, he will pass your guard, he will try to mount you, he will try to submit you, he will try to knock you out there. He is a pure finisher, right? So Jean Silva cannot let it get there in the first place. But I don't think he will. I do think Diego Lopes will eventually try to shoot, but Jean Silva gets better and better and better at those parts as well every time he fights. I mean, against Bryce Mitchell, he had some beautiful sprawls, right? And I just do not really see Diego Lopes taking him down as of right now, when I'm visualizing this fight. What I see is that they have some amazing exchanges that both guys land, but I do think that Diego Lopes will get too comfortable in the chaos as he did against Volkanovski when he got hurt, as he always does because he mostly is very successful with it. And Jean Silva will not allow the chaos to happen, but he will control the chaos. Whilst Diego Lopes swings, he will stay on the outside, keep the distance, bam bam, create angles and hit him from angles that Diego Lopes does not see coming. And I do think that because of that, he will finish Diego Lopes. Now, I do think that the finish might come early. Even though Diego Lopes is very tough and all of that, he can be hurt, he showed that. And Jean Silva, once he has you hurt, he showed that as well, he will finish you. Jean Silva is a pure killer and finisher, and his right hand is as heavy as it gets. Everyone that he touches with that right hand goes down. Right hand, not right hands, goes down. Look at the facts. It is the case, right? And even though Diego Lopes is more experienced, especially in 5 rounds, we have never seen Jean Silva in 5 rounds. Maybe he paces himself and we'll see a whole different outcome than what I predict. But I do think that Jean Silva is just the more dangerous guy right now, even though Diego Lopes has all the tools in the world to become a champion. But I think it's just destiny that Jean Silva fights Volkanovski because the featherweight division needs a new contender. And that's why I think that Jean Silva knocks out Diego Lopes in round number 2 with his straight right hand, knocks him down, follows up, whatever. I don't think Diego Lopes will be out cold. The referee will step in, stop the fight, and Diego Lopes, Jean Silva will bark his way to a win and be the new... But I would not be surprised. I make the statement right now. If he knocks out Diego Lopes, he will jump the line in front of Lerone Murphy unless Lerone Murphy gets booked against Volkanovski, I don't know, for MSG or something. But I don't think so because they already have 2 title fights there. I think Volkanovski will fight earliest in December, and I will not be surprised if they say, hey, Lerone Murphy had a beautiful spinning back elbow, but it was against the debut guy. Jean Silva just knocked out Diego Lopes. He sells way more tickets than you. He will jump the line and fight Volkanovski for the title in December or early January. Who knows? This is my prediction. Write your prediction in the comments, you guys. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, would appreciate that. Let's get to 5K subscribers, guys. I would be very, very thankful if you click the button. Check out the links in the bio. I have a merch store, check it out. Free shipping worldwide, MMA merch, Muay Thai merch. Check it out, you guys. Stay bloody, and until the next one, bye-bye. Bloodsport out.